Came off a Wolves Den. I'm just gonna chill for a little second for the family members to come in. A lot of good points made. All I got to say is George Russell probably crying right now. George Russell probably crying. He probably crying for real right now. Listen, we had a lot of good points going on in the Discord meet for the Wolves Den. A lot of good points. A lot of good things. But first thing I wanna point something out. I just want y'all to know none of this shit up here is NASCAR shit. None of it's NASCAR shit. I don't do NASCAR. You know why I don't do NASCAR? Because NASCAR is a bunch of left-hand turns, circles, and that's it. And I'm going to tell you right now, it gets bad. And karma is on a NASCAR track, and that's bad. Because when you put out bad karma, shit coming around really fast. It's really fast. Now, we had Mary, we had Maria, we had Sylvia Wick, we had 083, we had Galactus, we had Uno, we had Wildcat, we had the mechanic Mercedes, we had R33, Z33, we had, I'm gonna try to mess, Juan Degree came in there today. We had new people in the Discord, and they all agreed. Mercedes got what they asked for. You play silly games, you win silly prizes. We got a super chat. Spider says, what's that saying? God don't like ugly. Don't like ugly. You know what else I got to say? It's not a coincidence. You might want to go play your lottery numbers. Because we had car 44 laps, and the document that came out that disqualified Russell to give Lewis Hamilton the win is document 44. Sir Lewis Hamilton, can you please stand up? Is it a coincidence? Also, Maria's daughter letting us know that the Saturn rings and however it works, it is supposed to be the time where things that have been done wrong will be made right. I can't argue with her because the facts is in the pudding. We just saw it. I'm going to tell you again. Sir Lewis Hamilton, 44 car, 44 laps, and document 44 is what disqualified Russell and gave Lewis the win while we watched Mercedes go against their norm. You say to yourself, how does this happen? Because you get too greedy. You don't follow the protocol. And when you get greedy, your eyes get big, you're focused on one thing and it fills your face. And the next thing you know what happens? You lose sight of everything else that also matters. While you on your one stop, was that your original strategy to run the one stop? What about your fuel connected to your strategy? What about altering your strategy and making sure you alter the way you go through the race so you can make sure your fuel's right? What about checking the fuel, make sure it's all out so you know where you at right now? All of that didn't take place because Russell focused on one thing. He focused on trying to beat Lewis, which ain't no problem. But you didn't do it the right way. Mercedes, Toto, you didn't do it the right way. So while we do have 3 wins for Mercedes, 2 of them are not George's. One of them is, and 2 of them belong to Lewis Hamilton. And I told you all I wasn't mad earlier how the outcome happened with Mercedes 1 and 2, but I didn't agree with what went down. And here it is right now. Let's just go over the file. Right here. Document 44 as you see it. Right here. I ain't bullshitting. You can't make this up. Document 44. Says right here, competitor, Mercedes, car 63, George Russell. Weight of car, 796.5 kilograms, was below the minimum weight required, 798. Buck Rogers says, finally I catch a live stream. What's up, Jay and Wolfpack fam? Man, you caught us because we doubling back, bro. We back in here again. All the Max Verstappen haters, you go ahead and come right on in here. Go ahead and come right on in here. Sit your ass down. We got hot cold for you. We got hot ones for you today. I mean, hell, we'll get into Max a little bit if y'all want to, but here we go right here. Right there. Breach 4.1. Car 63 disqualified. Other drivers move up in the classification, so you know what that means, right? Other drivers that moved up is Sir Lewis Hamilton into first place, Pia into second, and Charles Leclerc from Ferrari on podium. But guess who's not on podium? Guess who still was so far back, a disqualification wouldn't even bring him on podium. Max Verstappen, not on podium. Max Verstappen, not on podium. People, listen when I tell you, did you see Lewis Hamilton during his press conference while he was asked the question? And I'm going to tell you right now, you could tell Lewis was pissed. Mechanic Mercedes says only if George had pitted or Mercedes swapped places, Jay would be 200 richer right now. Bro, listen, man. Hey, you know what, man? 200 richer. He said 200 richer right now. Hey, bro, we rich in integrity right now. We rich in integrity right now. Because listen, man, what's going on is this. Playing dirty never really, in the end, turns out well, right? At the end, some way, somehow you get it. Either the person inside who knows they won dirty, it eats them up unless they're a horribly crooked person. Then they get it externally. So here it is. We watched Mercedes go against a couple of philosophies that they traditionally stick to. And then I'm going to get to Lewis Hamilton, because sometimes there's an exception to the rule where you consistently get screwed over, and then you have to find a way to get over the obstacles that are screwing you over. Mercedes traditionally, oh my goodness, here we go. Maria Duncan in the chat says karma came for Russell today, and karma always has the last word. Astrologically, Saturn is in, oh, thank you. Hey, Maria, I was hoping not to do baby girl wrong by trying to explain her scientific astrology way, but I was about to I tried my best to save it, but I'm glad you put it in here. Astrologically, Saturn is in retrograde, so karma is making things right in the world. Through November, Lewis will be winning more races and finish the season ahead of Russell. Let's go! Hey, y'all, it's a party time. And Mechanic Mercedes, if anything, I don't know if I'd be $200 richer, but I would have been a little bit more tippier. But I got some medication. I can't do that. I can't drink. That's why we didn't pop the bottle anyway. But, Russell, we got a pop from Mercedes, but Russell was a little question. But there it is right there. Maria Duncan explaining it for you all so you can see what's going on. And that's what's happening. Uno in the super chat says Merck messed up and Russ Verstappen's not ready. Lewis Hamilton. It is something being talked about that Russell, but you know what? What kid doesn't dream about being the GOAT? What kid doesn't dream about when they see an athlete and they play in that prospective sport saying, I want to be just like Lewis. Or you know what? I want to be just like Mike or LeBron or Brady or Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. But Lawrence Taylor, what kid that plays a prospective sport doesn't say, I want to be the best, like the best? George Russell just want to be like Lewis because he want to be the best. But the problem with that is this. It's the Kobe effect. And everybody out there, don't get upset with me. I'm not finna talk bad about Kobe, but I am finna say something that's the truth about the situation with Kobe Bryant in perspective to people wanting to be the best athletes that they see in their life. And that's this. More times than not, you're not going to be as great as the greatest. Although you could be. That's why Lewis is now the greatest and somebody before that, Schumacher and then Fangio and all that other stuff. But it doesn't happen often. Look how long it's taken for anybody to come along, and look how many people have come along since that time that Lewis was doing his thing, and they thought were going to be great, but they weren't great. Then look at how many people have come along that have toppled Lewis from being great. Nobody right now. Although you can say Max is on his way. You can say Pia looks like a prospect. You can say maybe Charles can be that. Nobody is as great as Lewis Hamilton now, then, and soon to be. So Russell, What you need to do, bro, is what you haven't done. And you got about 10 more races to do it. You need to become the pupil. You need to become the grasshopper. You need to become the Padawan. You need to become anything that allows you to humble your damn self and learn as much as you can from the GOAT so that maybe you can be the best driver you can be. Because it may never be as great as Lewis Hamilton. You're so focused on beating Lewis for reasons that do not equate up to you being great. It's ridiculous. And this is more often than we've seen. Russell X-Track 38 is dropping Wolfpack memberships. Oh my gosh. Blessing the fam on a Sunday. Let's see who got those. We got Frank Ellis. Welcome to the family. We got Teddy Bonkers. I like that profile name. Welcome to the family. We got Rehan. Welcome to the family. Definitions of essence. You've had more of those. You need to continue your welcome to the family. And Pure Black is the way we want to see the Mercedes. Oh, no, I like the way it is right now. Welcome to the family. So, like I was saying, Russell, you pretty much screwed yourself. You screwed yourself while you were screwing somebody else. Because let's just keep it real. And I said this in the other live chat. I do not believe, and I said this, and I'm keeping it real. I do not believe Russell had the pace to really outlast Lewis Hamilton when they were back-to-back. Lewis just damage controlled the situation by not risking the team missing out on optimal points. But Mercedes, you like McLaren, when they miscued Lando and gave him the undercut and took the position from Piastri, you messed up and you tried to fix it. Mercedes, we watched McLaren fix their error in real time to fix the outcome of that race. And what we watched from you today is allow the slower driver to slow up Lewis Hamilton, not allowing him to have the opportunity to have his race win, and let Russell stay in front while Lewis backed it up so Piastri didn't eat Russell's ass up. But do y'all remember? Russell was in a similar situation where Lewis needed his teammate, and he needed him to just slack up a little bit so he could move in the DRS range. Did Russell do it? Matter of fact, Russell didn't even mention it. But I remember Russell, when roles were reversed, when the shoe was on the other foot, I remember Russell was requesting and asking the team to tell Lewis to slow up so that he could get in DRS range. See, this is the problem. Russell, I can't get mad when somebody like Uno call you Russ strapping. I can't get mad when somebody call you crybaby Russell. I can't get mad at these things because you continuously show characteristics that of a Max Verstappen and maybe even a little bit more snakier. At least Max, we know where Max stands. Max is Max. I know where he's standing. I can see him coming from a mile away. I trust Max more than I trust you because Max is showing me who he is and he gonna do what he do. You, on the other hand, you the type of dude to come pat me on the back and you put a tack in it, or you put a knife in it, or you put a gun in my lower back when I thought you was congratulating me. See, Russell, you come off a bit more snakish, bro. Come off a bit more snakish. If you was a real team player, you would have knew you was really slowing your boy up, putting him in danger, and went ahead and just made it happen in a way where, hey, I ain't got it, but you held it, so I can't blame you on that. You fighting to do what you want to do, but in the same fashion, don't do this. And then when the roles are reversed, ask for help. Don't do that. That's what I don't respect. If you're going to be this guy, then be that guy all the time. But don't do these things when you out front. And then when you don't have the lead, ask Lewis Hamilton to help you when you're not willing to help him. That's what I don't respect. I respect you if you do what you did today and you do it all the time. That's who Russell is, y'all, so just get over it. Just get over it. That is who Russell is, so just get over it. But like I said, on a day where you got 44 laps, you got car number 44 on track, and you got document 44 come out, things get put back. and things got put back. 44 ain't on a day and never been strong. So listen, let me tell you, if you got cash 3 literally, I'm gonna leave off this live. I'm gonna go to the gas station. I'm gonna go see if they got a cash 3 or something, and I'm gonna play 44, 44, 44. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I don't know if it's gonna win, but I just feel like it should be 4 series of 44 today. It should be 44 card number for Sir, 44 laps for Lewis, and 44 for document that gave Lewis Hamilton the win that he should have had to begin with. And I just feel like the next should be a 44. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get 44, 44, 44 on a cash 3 lottery ticket, and whatever happened, happened. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So let's go back and check this out right here. So as it sits, car 63 was weighed on the FIA side and outside scales, with both scales showing the same result, okay? So they checked this thing 2 times over on 2 different scales. They both showed 796.5. The calibration of both scales was confirmed and witnessed by the competitor. I just got to say something. I just wonder, 44 is the number of the day too? For real? Damn it. Oh, shit. We got 44s all over the place. I just got to say, I just wish I could have been there. I wish I could have been there, right? I wish I could have just been there with a clipboard, just standing there with my pen. Just standing there with a pen in my hand just to take the number down and see that number and then look up at Russell and be like, and just watch his face just fall the fuck apart. I just wanted to be there because I know Russell's face was toe up. I know Russell looked like a crying Woody doll out of the Toy Story. I know Russell's face was just crazy. It was just crazy. I would have paid to just teleport into whoever was taking the number down and just looked up at Russell and was like, he gonna cry when he get in the trailer, the motorhome, because he can't get in this car because it's illegal. I'm telling you, I would have been rolling. I would have been fucking rolling. We got a super chat. Extract38 says 1,000 in the chat. Well done, Jay. I love this family. Hey, I love y'all. I love y'all. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a poll up. I'm finna put a poll up. I got to put a poll up. There you go, right there. Do you agree that karma came back to bite Russell? Do you agree? We got another super chat. I got to turn on the thing so I don't miss these super chats. I don't want to. All right, we got Sylvia with Kelly says, George on podium. Gotcha, psych. Got him. Yeah, hey, did you see Mary Beatty was talking about, oh, Toto was up there like, oh, I'm so proud of my boy. I'm so proud of my boy, taking videos and shit, pictures and shit, smug smile, like, and I wonder what Toto looking like now. I wonder if he going back in his phone like, you know what? I almost posted this shit. If you posted it, Toto, take it down. If you put it up anywhere in a thread chat, if you got an iPhone, you can hold the message and then it says edit or unsend. See if you can unsend that shit. Hopefully nobody read it yet. See if you can unsend it or edit it, because you just played yourself. You played yourself. Let's get it. Sylvia with Kelly. Extract said 1,000 in family. Andrew McQueen, Steve McQueen, that's a good name. Is this in 2 tenths Lewis was talking about? Hey, damn, bro. I don't know. You got a good, maybe. Salute to your first super chat too, Andrew. Big salute to you. So as we get in right here, confirm this. During the hearing, the team representative confirmed that the measurement is correct and that all required procedures were performed correctly. The team also acknowledged that there was no mitigating circumstances and that it was a genuine error by the team. Hey, well, if there ever was just an inkling in your voice box where you was gonna say something other than what your team just pretty much said, that, nah, Russell, it's ugly. We messed up, brother. You ain't the winner. Where is Russell? Is he not doing any press conferences? There need to be Ruth. I need you to go interview Russell right now. I need Ruth to go interview Russell right now. Hey, so it was taken from him. Would it go to Lewis since hey, I'm telling you, people texting me right now. People texting me right now. Look, my bro just texted me. Look, he got the memes coming up. Got the memes coming up like, yeah, Lewis Hamilton sliding in like that's my boy right there. Oh my gosh, this shit couldn't be more funny. So the stewards determined that Article 4.1 of FIA technical regulations has been breached. Therefore, the standard penalty such as infringement needs to be applied. The competitors are reminded that they have the right to appeal. You know what? I do have a little slight problem with this. You know what I do have a problem with right now, and I'm gonna tell you. And it's not gonna take anything away from Lewis Hamilton because I'm gonna talk about Lewis Hamilton in a second. You know that this penalty changed. It completely altered the outcome of Russell's race. Okay, it completely altered the outcome of Russell's race, right? It changed it in real time right now, not in 3 or 4 weeks, not then, not damn 2 weeks from now, not ever. It completely changed the outcome of Russell's race. You know who we don't see that with? Max Verstappen. We don't see such said documents from Max Verstappen where it changes the outcome of his race, except for the grid penalty where you can't get around it. You exceeded your limit of ICEs, and there's nothing we can do to try to make the public believe there's no reason why we shouldn't give you this grid penalty, which we gave several other drivers and teams. But in any other situation where they can finagle something, they do. I need to see Max Verstappen this season in a situation that's valid where they breach an article, ISC, or technical regulations, and I need to see a penalty issued, rightfully so, that impacts Max and his positioning of any classification of a race. Because I haven't seen that. I have not seen that. But what I did see is Red Bull Racing unable to breeze through the shit. But that is what it is. So now let me talk about this. Let me talk about this because I really like the way this looks. You know what I'm saying? I really like the way this looks. You know what? Y'all might need to be on the lookout for something. I really like the way this looks. So yeah, y'all just be on the lookout. I'm gonna just say that. Be on the lookout for something. Just be on the lookout for something. I'm gonna see what I can do. I'll be real busy, but I'm gonna see what I can do. We got Spider35 says George has yet to win a race on merit. To this day, Deontay Wilder voice. To this day. Tell him, to this day. That's what I'm saying, man. Deontay Wilder, to this day, he ain't won a race on merit. On merit. And you know what? I mean, was his last race on merit? Yeah, you might be right, brother. You might be right. Now, Lewis Hamilton, I got something to say to you. I'm finna talk to Lewis because while I was sitting up there before we went live the first time, I said to myself, when in the hell is Lewis going to learn? And I got to say this, and I told you all this before as well. Lewis Hamilton and several other drivers are competing in a sport that I don't know if none of us have, but majority of us haven't. For sure on a level that I'm not. So I'm not qualified to tell Lewis Hamilton and said professional active Formula One drivers who actually have done something. Some of the ones who got in and didn't do shit, I feel like I could say a little something to you, especially if you ain't accomplished a damn thing in your life. But Lewis, Uno says Toto's proud till the Canadian Verstappen got DQ. Hey, he I hope he keep the same energy, Toto. Be proud because that's your boy for next season. Lewis Hamilton. Let me drink a little water when I say this because I might get a little boisterous. I heard you on post-interview. Lewis Hamilton said, I wish I would have called my own strategy. Okay. Why are you wishing? Why are you wishing? Why are you wishing you would have called your own strategy? Why did you not call your own strategy? Does anybody in the chat, I'm just going to ask right now because 86% of you said they got back what they said. Does anybody in the chat remember what happened when Lewis Hamilton called his own strategy Him and Bono. Do we remember? Do y'all remember what happened? I'm just gonna wait and see if somebody in the live chat tells me that they remember what happened when Lewis Hamilton called his own strategy. Big shout out to Maria Duncan, biggest super chat up there. Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember what happened when Lewis Hamilton called his own strategy? He won Silverstone. When they told Lewis Hamilton, yo, we need to go ahead and pitch you. No. It's still wet spots out here. It's drying up now. Lewis, when you called your own strategy, bro, you look good. When you come in these press conferences, when you come into these interviews, when you go into the pen, thank you. He won. He won. When you go into the pen and you say, I was relying on my team didn't say, Lewis, bro, you are so experienced on all of these tracks in different weather conditions. You do have enough information, education. You do have enough. You do have enough insight. You do have enough acumen. You do have enough to make your own calls. And that's what you should know that you have to do going forward. Why they didn't tell you that this is a possibility, I don't know. But what I do know is it's happened before. What I do know is you've been in positions with the team, especially this season, where things will look questionable. That's what I do know. So I don't know what it's going to take for you to understand and learn that you are an upstanding gentleman. Lewis Hamilton, you are an upstanding human being. Lewis Hamilton, you are a scholar. Lewis Hamilton, you are a sir. Lewis Hamilton, you are the best GOAT driver. You don't need anybody's improvement because you have learned. You don't need anybody's improvement. Why do you need anybody's approval, bro? You've earned it all. With good character, with integrity, with kindness, with donations, with volunteer work, with putting people on, with doing awesome things. You've done it. Stop. We didn't need you to say Max Verstappen's situation with you was a racing incident because it wasn't. He was out of control. He dive bombed on purpose, lost control of the car, caused a collision. Fortunately, it didn't take you out. It took him out more. That's not a racing incident, but you said it and you let him slide. We don't need you to keep trying to let us know that you're a team player. We know it. It's time for you to be selfish and say, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not doing that strategy. I'm coming in, have them ready. It's time for you to boss up, bro. You've done so much good. If you did a little, and that's not even bad, they just gonna talk bad about you. And they gonna talk bad about you because they was gonna talk bad about you anyway. People out here that are not happy with themselves hate to see other people doing good. So therefore, there's nothing you gonna do that's gonna change their perspective of you because it's skewed. Stop telling us when we see these situations where we know you should have made the call, you are depending on your team. They not your team anymore, Lewis, really. They just buying the time. Their eggs are in Russell's basket. When really, yeah, for the team and what you've done for Mercedes, they should be in your basket too. But the truth is, we've watched Toto Wolff go out here and campaign and try to court Max Verstappen while you on a team in your face. The truth is, we watched Toto Wolff deliver, along with the boards and the stakeholders, a contract to Max. They gave him some ambassador and gave him more money than you when you've done more for that team than anybody else in that team's history. We watched that. We watched several times where, you know what, that face on Toto don't look quite the same when you and when Russell win, although that win that he had, he won to because he said something. But, bro, that time's over. They showed you their true colors. Patronus Blue is wide and bright in front of you, and it's not for you. They're mad. At least Toto's mad. Several other board members, you think they happy with you? I looked at the board members, bro. A lot of the board members are new. A lot of those board members got put in place in 2021 when you got shafted. A lot of those board members are the reason why they were even able to offer Max that phony bullshit contract instead of you. Gloves are off, Lewis. Sir Lewis Hamilton, I'm with you. Ride with you. I respect you. I admire what you've done. I think you're great. But what I'm telling you right now is this. This is your last season at Mercedes. You can either keep sitting in that kayak with one oar, hoping that they're going to pick up the other one and they're going to fly straight, or you know what you can do, brother? You can go ahead, throw those oars out, hop in the center of that thing, and start paddle boating your way on to the shore. That's what you need to do, bro. I'm ready to see a rogue Lewis Hamilton. I don't know about y'all. Matter of fact, let me ask y'all in the chat. Let me ask how many of you all are willing to see a rogue Lewis Hamilton. Let me ask y'all that. Straight up facts on that, all right? So as it sits, the document, it is what it is. Like we said, hey, Russell up out of there. Russell is up out of there. He lost that place. It's a done data. It's a done deal, as they say. So I'm going to show it again because I think it looks good. 44, 44, 44. So wrap on that. Timesheet. Everybody moves up. Congratulations. Charles Leclerc, third place on the podium. Congratulations, Pia, second, which would have been the second driver in history to win a race after his maiden win. So congratulations to those people. But we got some super chats. Let me cover that real quick. Let me see that. We got super chat. Let me make sure I don't miss those. Let me see. Uno says Lewis dominate with his team and win, not this time. Right. Walter Shavers in the super chat says, Jay, didn't you know that the Supreme Court of the FIA ruled that crash is immune to mortal penalties, superficial penalties? Okay, go Lewis. Damn. Hey, you know what? Supreme Court, yeah, and all these things has been going on because, you know, some of these things I take as a microcosmic type situation that happens in real life. And I want to say this, that I don't know. I'm gonna say this, and I'm being really real when I say this, and it's not Formula One related, but it's related in life. I don't know if you like Kamala Harris. I don't know if you like Joe Biden. I don't know if you like Donald Trump. But what I will tell you this, Kamala Harris, I don't know where she sits with me. I've seen some things that she's done that I don't really agree with. Joe Biden especially. I know the George Floyd bill is still sitting there, and they didn't ever sign it in their entire term of being in presidency. Why that bill wouldn't get signed, I don't know. I also watch and see that Trump is not for you. So this is what I do know. If you don't make millions of dollars and you're doing deals with him, he don't look at you no different, all right? And when it comes to the FIA, they just as crooked. We don't watch them pull scams. We don't watch them pull out these things. We don't watch them let people come back into the Formula One that's been banned and still participate in a sport where they cheated us all. They don't care. So guess what? We can't have faith in the FIA all the time. Majority of the time, we can't have faith. But what I can tell you is have faith in these eyes and what you see. And Lewis Hamilton need to see that Mercedes, it's like a Hassa. If you don't know what a Hassa is, go watch Scarface. It's a pig that don't fly straight. And if you know what happens to a pig that don't fly straight, go watch Scarface. If you don't know, he'll show you. All right. Galactus says 10 races to go. Lewis should go ham every race. He should. He should. Cassius Clay says, oh, even God has followed Formula One today to restore divine justice despite Olympic Games. It was Lewis' race from lap 3. Isn't that 105 wins? Yes, sir. It is 105 wins for Sir Lewis Hamilton and 201 podiums. Oh, my gosh. That is brutal. That is brutal. That's some numbers for your ass, man. That's numbers for your ass, for real. So anyway, Lewis Hamilton is the official winner of the race today. What goes around comes around. Play silly games. You win silly prizes. Karma is on a circle NASCAR track. It will come back and hit you in the back. And that's exactly what happened to George Russell. I just need George Russell to do, I need him to do an interview right now. I need George Russell to do an interview. I want to see George Russell's face doing an interview right now after this whole situation. I need to see that. I need to see George Russell go up to Lewis Hamilton and say, "Hey, bro, technically you it's yours. It's yours. You know, I get it next time." I need to see George Russell doing that. I need to see George Russell do to him what Lewis Hamilton did when he came up. That whole situation took place, and Lewis came up and offered you the olive branch when technically you should have been offering it to him. That's what I need to see George Russell do. I need to see you do that. I need to see some of that. Is there anybody out there still working for F1, Formula One, Sky Sports? Go see George Russell. Bring us some post race interviews. Bring us that post race interviews. George Russell in his suit walking off the track like, when you cry like that, you hurt. When you cry like that, that's when you hurt. When you cry that way, you hurt as hell. Like you hurt in your soul. He hurt. All right. So anyway, as it sits, y'all, that's it. We'll see what happens. We got a summer break. We will be racing here. All right. We will be racing here. I heard George Russell is coming out with some new sunshades. They so dark, and they got like these little tissues, Kleenexes underneath them. So if you cry, it'll absorb the tissues. Nobody know you crying. I heard he coming out with those after the summer break. They call it the Russell shades. All right. So they dark as shit. Can't even see through them. You're going to have trouble seeing yourself. But the good thing is when you have these moments, these George Russell cries, all the absorbing pads just suck up the tears and you don't even know. We don't even know you crying because you got your ass kicked by karma. So might be worth it for somebody to check into. A lot of Max stands should probably buy those glasses because you'll need them. Because right now, Max is looking like this might be his last world championship. And then next season, where y'all thought it was going to be like 8 seasons of dominance, it might be a lot of crying for y'all then. And I'm still trying to check on getting y'all bulk Kleenexes from Sam's Club, all right? So with that being said, you know what it is, y'all. You know what it is. 44-44-44. Lewis Hamilton winning another race. Wolfpack out. Peace.